Welcome to another Greatest Movie Scenes of All Time episode. A friend of mine who was watching my earlier Greatest Scenes uploads said he felt cheated that I didn't explain why I thought they were great scenes. I explained I didn't want to talk over the scenes and ruin them and gave my explanation in the text below the upload. He explained that nobody reads anymore. So bearing that in mind, I will show the scene first and at the end I'll do a brief breakdown on why it's on my list. Let's start this new format with the briefing scene from Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yes, Dr. Jones, we've heard a great deal about you.
Have you?
Professor of archaeology, expert on the occult, and, how does one say it? Obtainer of rare antiquities.
One way of saying it. Why don't you sit down? You'll be more comfortable.
Thank you. Yes, you're a man of many talents. You studied under Professor Ravenwood at the University of Chicago.
Yes, I did.
You have no idea of his present whereabouts?
Just rumors, really. Somewhere in Asia, I think. I haven't really spoken to him for 10 years. We were friends, but, had a bit of a falling out, I'm afraid.
Dr. Jones, now, you must understand that this is all strictly confidential, right?
I understand.
Yesterday afternoon, our European sections intercepted a German communique that was sent from Cairo to Berlin. Now,
You see, over the last 2 years, the Nazis have had teams of archaeologists running around the world looking for all kinds of religious artifacts. Hitler's a nut on the subject. He's crazy. He's obsessed with the occult. And right now, apparently, there's some kind of German archaeological dig going on in the desert outside of Cairo.
Now, we've got some information here, but we can't make anything out of it, and maybe you can. Tanis Development Proceeding. Acquire headpiece, staff of Ra, Abner Ravenwood, U.S.
Nazis have discovered Tanis.
Just what does that mean to you, Tanis?
Well, the city of Tanis is one of the possible resting places of the Lost Ark.
The Lost Ark?
Yeah, the Ark of the Covenant, the chest the Hebrews used to carry around the Ten Commandments.
What do you mean, Commandments? You're talking about the 10 Commandments?
Yes, the actual Ten Commandments, the original stone tablets that Moses brought down out of Mount Horeb and smashed, if you believe in that sort of thing. You guys ever go to Sunday school?
Well,
Oh, look. The Hebrews took the broken pieces and put them in the Ark. And when they settled in Canaan, they put the Ark in a place called the Temple of Solomon.
In Jerusalem.
Where it stayed for many years, until all of a sudden, whoosh, is gone.
Where?
Well, nobody knows where or when.
However, an Egyptian pharaoh...
Shishak.
Yes, invaded the city of Jerusalem around about 980 BC, and he may have taken the ark back to the city of Tanis and hidden it in a secret chamber called the Well of Souls.
Secret chamber.
However, about a year after the pharaoh had returned to Egypt, the city of Tanis was consumed by the desert in a sandstorm which lasted a whole year, wiped clean by the wrath of God.
obviously, we've come to the right men. Now, you seem to know all about this Tanis.
No, not really. Ravenwood is the real expert. Abner did the first serious work on Tanis, collected some of its relics. It was his obsession, really. But he never found the city.
Frankly, we're somewhat suspicious of Mr. Ravenwood, American being mentioned so prominently in a secret Nazi cable.
Oh, rubbish. Ravenwood's no Nazi.
Well, what did the Nazis want him for, then?
Well, obviously, the Nazis are looking for the headpiece to the Staff of Ra, and they think Abner's got it.
What exactly is a headpiece to the staff of Ra?
Well, the staff is just a stick, I don't know, about this big. Nobody really knows for sure how high, and it's capped with an elaborate headpiece in the shape of the sun, with a crystal in the center. And what you did was you take the staff to a special room in Tanis, a map room with a miniature of the city all laid out on the floor. And if you put the staff in a certain place at a certain time of day, the sun shone through here and made a beam that came down on the floor here and gave you the exact location of the Well of the Souls.
Where the Ark of the Covenant was kept, right?
Which is exactly what the Nazis are looking for.
Now, what does this ark look like?
There's a picture of it right here. That's it.
Good God.
Yes, that's just what the Hebrews thought.
Now, what's that supposed to be coming out of there?
Lightning. fire. Power of God or something.
Beginning to understand Hitler's interest in this.
Oh, yes. The Bible speaks of the Ark leveling mountains and laying waste to entire regions. An army which carries the Ark before it is invincible.
So why do I consider this to be one of the greatest movie scenes? This is one of the best set-up scenes for a plot of a movie you're about to watch, I believe, ever written. Up to this point, you've been thrilled by the genius opening, which is a great movie scene in itself and will be on my list probably later. But you have to remember, when this film came out, no one knew anything about it. It was pre-internet. Spielberg had just come off a flop 1941, and this film was totally off the radar. Nobody was talking about it. Nobody was excited for it, and it really became a huge success from word of mouth. When you saw it, you just had to go and tell everybody you knew to go and see it. It was breathtaking, bravado filmmaking that took everybody by surprise. Nobody was interested in the 1940s serial-influenced action film. The poster also didn't inspire anybody to watch the film. It didn't really give any clues away about what it was about, although I love that poster. So this scene was vitally important to get you invested into what was going to be the rest of the film. We, the audience, are like the two officials. We are being educated why we should continue to watch it. The dialogue, the blocking, the acting is all superb. The little glances by Indy and Marcus as it dawns on what's been discovered. John Williams' art music sends tingles down the spine. And it's got to be one of the best pieces of music written to create intrigue. This scene is arguably one of the most thrilling scenes in the movie, and that's a movie filled with some of the most thrilling action scenes ever written. And I think it's so thrilling because it touches your imagination. You start to imagine, what would it be like when they find it? Will it behave like the picture in the Bible? Why didn't I know about the Ark before? Is the staff a real thing? It got you excited about Bible stuff, even if you were an atheist. And that's how intriguing the setup scene is. This really just shows how brilliant Spielberg is. The scene is similar in the way it works to the other brilliant Spielberg scene I've uploaded, in Close Encounters. Spielberg makes every scene count. In another director's hands, it would have been a briefing like James Bond gets briefed. Functionary, cold, and to the point. But here Spielberg lets you join the thrill that the characters of Indy and Marcus are feeling. We feel we're about to go on that adventure with them, not merely going to observe them go on the journey. A brilliant scene that should be used in film schools, if it's not already. Anyway, adventure fans, I'll leave you with this. There is very compelling evidence by historian Alan Wilson that the Ark of the Covenant is buried in Wales, just about there. Seriously, Google it.